Gone 5, 16, 19, 21, 33, and 10. Check results. You remember?
278 pod a day. We're going to take a minute's silence right now for a fallen soldier. Young Sheldon ends on May 16th. So, just imagine a minute's silence happened. We're not actually going to do that. That'd be fucking ridiculous, especially in podcast form. I mean, it'd be extremely poignant to actually sit here in a minute's silence and for you to still have earphones in potentially, but nothing's playing, just sort of dead, sort of white noise, kind of crackle because these mics aren't that amazing. For a minute, it would be fair play, but fallen shoulder, young Sheldon. Rest in peace, Shell Dog. If you've actually watched all 7 seasons of Young Sheldon and all 10 seasons of Big Bang Theory, you are a certain kind of individual that I'd love to meet. You're actually probably a really nice person. I'm just joking, but I know that Big Bang Theory gets clowned a lot, and therefore Young Sheldon must only be clowned much more. But I don't know. To me, hyper specific insults. I was speaking about this probably a while ago when I was watching a streamer who does this a lot sometimes, and he said something like, "Your dad wears a farmer's cap and thinks he's Tommy Shelby," and it just made me laugh because that just paints such a picture in my head, and it's just such a hyper specific insult, and it's any kind of insult where you're saying involving that person watching Young Sheldon and that being in your insult, alright mate, chill the fuck out. You wear 2 tubs of VO5 in your hair and watch Young Sheldon. Hyper specific stuff like that. But watching Young Sheldon, going home after a long day of work and wanting nothing more but to watch Young Sheldon is crazy. I don't know what environment. If it's just on and there's something really to watch, you're one of those people who watches TV a lot, and then so therefore you surf channels and just oh, it's on this, it's background noise. But in the way in which you put on Breaking Bad, I've never seen Breaking Bad, but the way in which people put on Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones or whatever shit, right, they want to watch, or Severance, or what's that other one? Succession. I know I'm Succession and Young Sheldon in the same sentence, I know, but I can't imagine someone getting home and just being I've just made myself my bacon and cheese, toasty. I've just, when you get all your snacks ready, I've got everything prepared. I got I went shops, I got myself, a couple cans of this, I've got a couple sweets here, got a couple things I'm going to do in the laptop, let me put on my show, let's go, Young Sheldon season 4, carrying where I left off, episode 6. It's that's crazy. If there's anyone doing that, just dying at Young Sheldon. But that's the beauty of it, man. We all like different things, and that's crazy. That still blows my mind. I was thinking about the other day, yesterday. Just the fact that you can taste one food and it be absolutely revolting, there we go, got there in the end, to you, but someone else could eat it, and it's oh my god, that's so nice. That's kind of weird to me. Because, we're all humans, we're all the same creature, we all have, the same makeup, but then there's certain things that's just, and, you could watch something, I was trying to, sometimes I watch a review of a movie or something like that, right? And I want to hear a different opinion. I want to be oh, what's your opinion on it? Because I like that particular YouTuber or whatever. So regardless of if they like it or don't like it, I'm just interested to know what they thought about it, right? I'm open to hearing other stuff. And sometimes I watch something and it's so incredibly mid or has moved me so much in a negative way that all I want is reassurance. I just want to be held. I just want someone to tell me they agree and that I'm correct in the way I'm feeling, right? And there's something worse than when you go, well, for me, there is probably a lot of things worse for other people, but when you go and listen to a podcast that's usually reviews stuff, right? And it's oh, I just watched this film, I thought it was so mid, I kind of just want to hear somebody else call it mid and hear them make jokes about it, right? And you click it on and you get 10 minutes in, and then all of a sudden, I tried to fall asleep to a podcast the other day for not Miss Marvel, the Marvels, and 10 minutes in, and they were just defending it so much, and they were just it's actually really enjoyable, and you get what you give out of it, and it's actually really decent, and they were just defending it so much, and it was just infuriating me for some reason. It's just and that's just the beauty of life, though. I watched that and I'm how can you find anything redeeming in this, really? Other people watch it and have the complete flip opposite. And it's not that either person is going into it with a particular... Because sometimes people do that. They're if you didn't like it, it's because you probably went into it with this and you probably had these other preconceptions and this and that. But it's it really can just be as simple as no one's got any agenda, no one's going in with any kind of angle they're trying to get. Both people can go in wanting to like a movie. One person can absolutely hate it, find it not funny. Other people can find these parts hilarious and think it was quite good. That's like, I don't know. To me, that's just kind of crazy that like we can be so different in terms of interests, humor, taste of foods, things like that. Maybe it's not interesting. Maybe this is something most people just accept and realize as a normal thing when they're like 6 years old. But it's just hit me now. So, fair enough there. This was a big tangent. This is kind of like oldish, but Megan Rapinoe. Sorry, I don't know much. Anyway, female footballer, kind of like used to be like one of the most famous. Still, maybe probably now the most infamous, right? Now I'd say the most famous is probably like, well, in terms of America, I would say. I mean, the fact I can't remember her name, doesn't it? Morgan something. She's probably overtaken her in that sense. But like Megan Rapinoe was like probably the first one, especially because it was like the short back and sides kind of haircut, always dyed hair. It's kind of like Jesse. This is a male footballer now, but Jesse Zardes, I think was his name. It's like one of the first American footballers I ever heard the name of, as in playing in the MLS. Because, and again, it was for similar reasons. He had the weird haircut, the dyed hair, kind of makes him well known. But Megan Rapinoe, people don't like her, and I can't remember the first reason why people started to not like her. She was like, I want to say it was kind of like probably a feminist kind of take she had, and then that didn't win over a lot of football fans. Pretty obvious there. People didn't like her. I got so much fucking hair in my eyes, it feels like it's pissed me off. But yeah, so she's like this footballer, female footballer, but people don't like her. And then the other day, it's like she was walking to a game, and she had like a Beats pill or something in her hand, and she was playing music out loud as she was walking in. But the caption was like, Megan Rapinoe plays her own entrance music out loud as she walks into the stadium, which I think it was kind of cringe, but at the same time, it's kind of unfair to set up the video. It's like in VAR when they're like, okay, go to the screen, and they already have it paused on like the foul with like the studs on the calf or whatever, and then they like reverse it in slow motion and play it back in slow motion. It's like you're already kind of like doing the thing. Like with VAR, Megan Rapinoe, yep, slow zoom in. Right, so we're looking for a potential playing their own soundtrack entrance music out loud. Yep, confirm that. Yep, that's a red card. Yep, good process. It's like you're already setting people up. Like, if you just watch the video, most people, they walk into a stadium, they're playing whatever music they're playing in their earphones as they walk in. In this video, she's playing the music out loud. That's a choice in itself. I don't like when people play their own music out loud on trains and buses or whatever, but I guess it's, do what the fuck you want, right? Labeling it as she's playing her own entrance music is just, it's just like kind of an unfair way to word it, but hey, it's funny nonetheless. People didn't like that either. That was like a recent thing. And then again, recently she kind of, but I feel like she's probably semi-aware of it at this point with the way she words this. But like, she has a final game and she gets subbed off after how many minutes? 6 minutes. It's a final game. That's unfortunate. And she said, basically, God's not real. She was like, if there was a God, there is your proof that there's not a God, because I just got sucked. Because if there was a God, yeah, like, as in, like, people usually say that, and this is what people's problem is. People are. It sounds like she's like got this massive ego, which maybe she doesn't. She probably has, right? Most footballers do. Ronaldo does, people love him. But like, has this huge ego where she's a god level issue. Whereas, like, if there was a god, I'm this big thing where, like, God's got his eye on what's happening with me, and like, well, technically he does, right? And I guess, but like, what's funny about it is when people usually say, well, there's your proof there isn't a God, it's because there's like major world terror going on. It's like there's some kind of natural disaster, or like, war, mass murder, genocide thing happening, and people are in ruin, and they go, well, there's your proof there's not a God, because if there was a God, why would this happen? And Megan Rapinoe's example was, I went off injured in my final game. There's your proof. It's kind of crazy. But, she said it in an interview. She was kind of laughing as she said it. It's like, I don't think it's that deep. But again, it's because it's like when you get in trouble at school, multiple times, that any little thing now is labeled as a big deal. Like I remember in sixth form, for some reason, I was getting in trouble a lot with a particular teacher. And then even if I forgot my pen, it was a big deal when they would phone home about it, which my parents didn't appreciate. When last thing you want is when you're at work and you're getting phoned home because child hasn't got a pen. But it was like an accumulative thing. It's like because you've been in trouble so many times before, now they're bringing up the pen thing. Whereas if you was just an average or good student and you didn't have a pen, then they're just gonna be like, hey, why haven't you got a pen? And it's like a one-time thing. So basically, because Megan Rapinoe has previous, it's like a big deal when this kind of thing happens because people already think she's got a huge ego on her and stuff like that, and this doesn't help. I mean, a lot of people don't like Megan Rapinoe so much that for them this was proof there was a god. It's like the fact she was smited in this scenario is like, everyone cheers kind of moment, which would, that's quite mean, but that's probably what a lot of people felt. For me, what was more criminal was actually her next quote. Like the first one is like, sure, whatever, whatever, no issue with that. She then says, it's just fucked up. 6 minutes and I yeet my Achilles. I yeet my Achilles? That's just, it's fucked up 6 minutes into my final game and I yeet my Achilles. That's just the worst sentence ever. I yeet my... Did she want to dab while she said it as well? Like, what are you... And also, wouldn't it be yeeted? Anyway, Megan Rapinoe, ladies and gents. I guess her career's done now, so she won't be in the limelight. Oh, yeah, and there was other videos of her where, like, a kid asked her to sign a football and she, like, didn't even look at him. She just grabbed the football, signed it, and then handed it back without even looking at him. She just didn't add the Ballon d'Or, and people didn't like that. So, yeah, there's other stuff as well. That kind of thing is more, like, lame, but you know. Think that's all. I guess we could actually... I'll get this out of the way now because it's not even that big of a deal, but Mason Ramsey. If you don't know his name by that name, fair enough. Why do I even know his name by his actual name? The yodeling kid, Walmart. All I do is see them cry. Yeah, that guy. He's older now. He's like 16. And pages were posting like, oh my god, people can't believe how old the Walmart kid is now and this and that, and posting him when he's older. Slow news day. And yep, he is older now, it is true. I think he's still yodeling to an extent. He's like a country star now. I don't know much about country, but apparently he's out there doing his country thing with a snake in his boot and a hat on his head, and he's just singing away, singing his little heart out. But people posting that, and as much as I don't care that much, people were posting my least favorite comment to posts like that, which was where is it? People comment stuff like, wait, so the post is, people can't believe Mason Ramsey is this old now, and then a picture of him then and now, and then the comment is something like, wait, you mean he wasn't frozen in time? They're like a little sarcastic thing. I hate those comments so much. Oh my god, I hate them. Why are you being a little smug bastard for? Yeah, okay. It's like when people comment stuff like a tweet like, oh my god, this actor, can you believe that this actor played this character, this character, this character, and this character? They're so different. And then the comment will be like, it's kind of like their job is to play different characters. Whoa, so crazy. Can you believe that this guy looks this much older now? This much time has passed. Well, it's kind of like they're not frozen in the time and time has passed. What have you got to be a little sarcastic smug bastard for? No need. Like, do you say the same thing to your grandma when she sees you and it's been 6 months or your aunt and they're like, oh my god, you got so tall? Do you just look up or look down, I guess, in this scenario and go, yeah, it's kind of as if I'm going through puberty. Yep, it's kind of as if I'm growing and I'm a child. Yep, so crazy, isn't it? It's like, no. Like, yeah, I get it. You grow. Yeah, I get it. They get older. Yeah, I get it. It's been time. Yeah, I get it. That job is being an actor. But, like, the whole thing of Mason Ramsey is more just to show, wow, I can't believe that much time has passed. Oh, I can't believe that was actually 4 years ago, whatever. It doesn't require you little... that irks me, man. That irks me. And maybe it shouldn't. But it does, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know if you could hear that. That was my ankle. Wait, can we get a good on the other one? No, that one wasn't as good. But yeah, that's everything. Oh, did you hear that one? Oh God, I worry sometimes. Like, it's like when your ankles and your joints are clicking like that is, and they're doing it every day. Surely that's just a worry. Like, they shouldn't just be snapping like that, and we're just okay with it. I know they're not snapping, but like they should not be like click clacking so loud I can hear them on the outside. That's just wrong. But yeah. Anyway, I've got about 17 more of these to do, so should wrap it there. P a day, DOA, 278. So see you in 279.
Here with the kids, and they had like 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet. He was like,